Training squad as part of the squad that took on the line, so he's here on the wing playing in the Rugby World Cup. Tunisia played a physical brand of sevens, losing to France by 7 points to 24, and in the process lost Ethan Chelly for 3 matches after striking a French player. The majority of the Tunisian squad ply their trade in France. Soufiane Safouri, well, he'll certainly be one to watch out for, I should say. And Khaled Zegden up front will try and challenge this young Australian squad, who also have Matt Lucas and their captain Ed Jenkins on the bench. There's Jenkins starting this game on the bench. Tunisia, as I mentioned, lost that opening rubber by 24 points to 7. So Australia yet to concede a point in the tournament so far. They beat Spain by 21 points to 0. So Australia looking to add some points, and referee Alex Ruiz from France. One of the great sights. I must say the Russians have entertained us superbly, and it's been well organised. James Stannard then with the kick-off in this tie. Now Tunisia, well, they were keen to do so well in this tournament. Best result was defeating South Africa in the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Hong Kong in 2005. But Australia with early pressure. Well, it looked to me that Australia were holding on to the ball, and Tunisia quite happy to go down the touchlines. Well, alongside mate Carl Tanana from New Zealand, a former Rugby World Cup winner with New Zealand in 2001. And Carl, do you see Tunisia starting to put pressure on this Australian squad?
Well, I expect the Australians to really challenge physically. That's what they did there, as Tom Kuzak took it up hard. Unfortunately, created the turnover. It was good work over the top by Zemzem.
The throw in, Mike Gary Ali. Ali just does the wraparound play. Did you see how that good play? The pass was a bit low there, but here's the striking figure of Abbas Kirfani. Kirfani into the contact here on that Tunisian 10-yard line. They've recycled the possession well. Good cover tackles, follow-up tackle from Australia, puts pressure on Emenglulu. And the quick awareness of Australia just to tap and go. There's men out here, and there's no bigger one than Tom Cusack. And Tom Cusack gets the opening try for Australia, but it was the awareness to take the quick tap and go that created the try.
Yeah, Con Foley was the one that got on the ball. He was the one that affected the great turnover too, with his great defence. Passes out to wide to this man, big number 1 Tom Cusack on the wing.
Well, the conversion was successful from James Stannard, so Australia straight out into an early lead, 7 points to 0. And that man Tom Cusack from the Canberra Royals of ACT, very influential in the opening exchanges. Foley brothers. Luke Morahan takes it into the contact. He was wearing 11. Tom Cusack, you see how quickly he took the ball into and gave it to James Stannard, wide out. Wide looping pass into the corner goes Con Foley, and Con Foley with a second try.
You can see they're trying to play at pace, are the Australians, and speed up the game, keep the scoreboard ticking over. They know the target of this one is trying to rack up the points. Great right to left pass, 30 metres on the money to a flying Con Foley, who created the first one, scores the second.
Stannard, well, what a fantastic kick from out wide. Absolutely superb. So the kicking boots are looking good for James Stannard. Australia 2 converted tries to the good. Stannard will restart once again. Of course, the scoring team in the game of 7 aside takes the kick-off. Looks as if Cameron Clark had come down awkwardly on his knee, but thankfully he's up. Sean McMahon. McMahon with all the pressure on the outside now. He just shows the ball, goes in under the post. Well, that's one of the great tries I've seen today in this day 2 of the men's competition, the Rugby World Cup Sevens, and it often gives you lots of confidence if you just give yourself and back here pace. Sean McMahon in for the try.
You love a lot to admire about that try down that far side of the field. Sean McMahon, as soon as he got the ball, he backed himself. There was a little body swerve just before that. Sort of the sweeper that was going to come across. Support players on the outside just went on there. And another one straight under the horns.
Yeah, he was injured in the Sevens World Series out in Hong Kong, but great to see him back. Played every tournament in the previous year. The kickoff was poor from James Stannard on that occasion. So Tunisia, you can see what they were trying to do, switch the play down that far side of the pitch. And there was men over there, but that was a poor pass for Tunisia. Look at the way the Australians in the gold jerseys are pushing up as a defensive alignment. Abes Kefani takes the ball into the contact. It's there. But again, Australia are up for the tackle.
Well, you're right, Scott. The blanketing defence just suffocating the Tunisian attack at the moment. They're trying to be physical. As you said, a lot of players from the Tunisian team play in France, so they won't mind that type of game.
Throw in is good then. Back into the hands of Gary Ali. Gary Ali just feeds, but again the tackles coming in from Australia, disrupting the possession for Tunisia. And again all the pressure from Australia. And look, tap and go is the mantra for the Australians. Oh, loose ball put down on the 22, so counter attack from Glulu. Strong running on the far side by Kefani. Abes Kefani. There's Chemseddine Khalifa. Khalifa pops the ball over the top. Better play here from Tunisia now. If they can play the ball back, they've got a 4-on-3 out wide. If they throw the ball wide, Tunisia could well be in for a score here. Width of the ball for Tunisia. Can they get on the scoreline? There was two men outside, but Tunisia took the ball into contact. Wrong decision making from Tunisia there on the attack. There was men over, an opportunity to score.
There he is there. Gara Ali, you're right, Scott, they had a two-man over. All he had to do was give it. Wrong decision. Now them find themselves backtracking and deflated. Here it is here. Dead set blew it. Give it there. Number 12. 3-on-1. You got to score. You don't take the hole. Easy try.
And of course, as a former player, you must shake your head sometimes when a team have got an opportunity to score in a Rugby World Cup against a team and they don't take it. It is frustrating.
Oh, no doubt about that. You know, and you want easy tries and sevens. It keeps your lungs healthy. Having to take contact, it takes a lot out of you. And the Australians, well, just the speed of the game, they're catching Tunisia on the back foot.
Knock on.
Knock on from Tunisia. I often say in sevens, it's all about the speed of thought as well as the speed of the player. Cameron Clark just been obscured there in the background. So Lula from Rugby Olympique de Grasse in France, the next Perigo player. Played in the Rugby World Cup Dubai Sevens last time out 4 years ago, so great to see these guys back again. Now this is Shannon Walker. I think this guy's got some of the best feet in the game in terms of his leg strength and footwork. And Australia just recycling possession so well on the far side. Clark is on the outside. Clark is on the outside, but McMahon decided to go himself, lost the possession in the contact. So Tunisia, with the final play of the game, will have to score the length of the field if they're going to get on the scoreboard, and showing great enterprise here. There's another man outside. There he is, wearing the scrum cap, but possession lost. Shannon Walker goes in. Well, it's a penalty. You can't stop the game of sevens on a penalty, so one final play. Chemseddine Khalifa, he had an opportunity to go wide for Tunisia. A bit sloppy, but play on. Now here's Khalifa, the black cap takes it into contact, wrapped up by Shannon Walker. In its scrum half goes Soufiane Safouri. There's a bit of space here for Tunisia, but Abdelmajid Zimzim gets tackled, turnover ball, and Australia being absolutely ruthless. Tom Cusack, you know, he's such a strong player, the youngster, the 20-year-old, 99 kilograms, 6'2" in old money, and all comes from pressure from Australia.
And again, the number 6 doing good work. Con Foley was the one that was in there stifling for the ball, and Tom Cusack will go over for his double of this first half. Good defence though, Australia. They backed them up into their own quarter. Tunisia made their tackles and just waited there for their turnover. They were patient and they get the rewards.
James Stannard converts for his 4th conversion of this opening half in Pool A between Australia and Tunisia.
Every time we go wide, we're getting pushed off. Okay, we've got to drive low. Okay, take that line without a back. Right? Don't go in high. You're going to get pushed off with this guy. It's really good, and when we're stuck in that, we can't so well out that good. We get that clean straight on with tailway. We're going to get the same as needed. All right? Let's keep looking for it. Put up. Take the reload. We're going to come back to that point for reload, but go up. Keep it up. More of that. Allez, c'est bon, vous continuez à plaquer, ça va. Vous continuez. Ça arrête, chaud.
Have a look at this card, Tanana. He's the Russian player, the mascot. Tima, having a look. Oh, don't you love this game of rugby sevens? The humour, the fun that we all have here in Moscow, shown royally there with the half-time huddle of the Tunisian rugby team. Well, I don't suppose they'll be laughing now. They're 28 points to 0 down. But, you know, Australia have just shown a bit of a ruthless quality in the way they prepared, and many people's choice of a potential outside bet to win the Melrose Cup.
Yeah, well, they didn't have the best of performance yesterday. They got into their tournament, so now I'm sure they've highlighted a number they'll want to get to. I reckon around 50 or 60 is what they'll be aiming to get out of this game with regards to points differential.
Cameron Clark then down the far side. First touch of the ball in this second half. This is Stannard. Now look at the pace that Australia are able to put in the ball. Here's Walker. I've told you about his footwork. Back into Tom Cusack. 2 tries already to his name. Well, the support was there from Sean McMahon, but he spilt the ball. And whilst Walker scooped it up, he thought he was in for his opening try.
It's an interesting defensive setup here from Tunisia also, because they've got 7 in the line. They're not employing a sweeper at the moment, so it's tough to break. Shannon Walker is a guy who can with his footwork. You've already highlighted that. And the beauty of having a big man like Tom Cusack can get the arms away. They should have been taking Sean McMahon.
There's Shannon Walker, ex-rugby league player. This for Aussie Sevens and East in New South Wales. So put in here by Tunisia. By Gary Ali. But it's slipping away there. Still no. And it'll be a 5-yard scrum, I think. It'll be a knock-on. Was a knock-on from Australia originally, I think, indicated by Alex Ruiz.
Yeah, very sloppy. Very tough too when it comes out like that. Off the top of the head, so play on.
Yeah, there's not a knock-on, is there, in rugby? If it's knocked off the head, it's not a knock-on. It has to come from the hands, or from the hands onto the chest. So Stannard, well, the Sean McMahon. Tap and go. So McMahon is for GPS Rugby Queensland. Stannard. He was well tackled in it. Actually, Australia looked a bit sloppy with that movement. Here's Shannon Walker. Oh, Walker with a step. But, well, we talked about his feet and just showing his class there. Played for the Australian Rugby League Schoolboys in 2006. Also the Junior Kangaroos before switching over to Australian Sevens. One of 5 brothers and 4 sisters. Well, he was maybe stepping his way to the foot cue.
Well, we saw you wearing your touch shirt yesterday. We couldn't hear over it because it was bright orange, just like the Australia. You want to recruit him, I'm sure, for your touch team. See the balance on the man, Shannon Walker.
Stannard with another conversion. 5 successful conversions on top of 5 tries for Australia. And well in command here at 35 points to 0. Well, we often look at the game of sevens, Carl, and it's the individual skill of players that continue to just give us so much pleasure.
Yes, and when it's played at the speed and they're able to express themselves, there's a lot more space than there is. You've got 15 aside, and a team like Australia, when they're running hot like this, and he'll get his double within the minute.
And look how quickly Shannon Walker adds to his tally, and it was Ed Jenkins who's...
Ed Jenkins, I think you're right, the number 9. Scott up, collected that. Simple stuff, simple tries. He spoke about the hardness of Tunisia, missing their opportunities with the Australians now, making it look easy.
So the kick-off here. Bit loose here from Tunisia. Khaled Zegden. Switch play in from Badi Damoul. Tunisia well off. I don't think they've been in the Australian half this second half. Badi Damoul spins out the tackle, this chunky Tunisian player. Wide out on the far side. Shannon Walker goes in the tackle of Soufiane Safouri. Better play here from Tunisia. Well, that ball maybe should have been passed, and the play continued. You can see the counter ruck coming in here from Australia.
Good recognition of the rules there from the Aussies, and I think it was Stannard. He was the one who just stood up, took the space, and he got some reinforcements.
Interesting decision there. Come back to just have a look at the playing the ball on the ground, wasn't it?
And you can see Stannard going over the kickback from the Australians, but Aussies just, I suppose, conserving energy is going to be very important later on down the track.
Well, I wonder if Dima, the Russian mascot, the bear, has met the Australian kangaroo, Wally. Well, that's the advantage of a Tunisian rugby player playing his rugby in France, I should say. He was able to communicate with Alex Ruiz. It didn't mean anything of interfering with the ball. Tom Cusack, can Australia finish off with a further try? Sloppy from Australia. They've done that a couple of times. The Khaled Zegden made the pass on the far side. Zimpuri showing great strength. In fact, Abes Kefani takes the ball into that contact. And you see the second player went over the top.
He sealed it off, didn't he? Number 3, I think it was, Zegden.
Well, it's a physical game, isn't it? It's Abes Kefani. Plays for Lyon Olympique in Saint-Jean. Judo and football actually was his passion before finding rugby in college. Well, as a judo expert, you'd expect him to fall correctly. Maybe I'm being a bit cruel, but here's Shannon Walker. Well, he caught his knee on top of his head, I think. But the second man, you see how the second man there, wearing that number 3 jersey, Khaled Zegden, sealed off the ball, and that's a penalty offence in sevens. You can't do that in sevens. It has to be a fair contest. And of course, often the skills in 7-a-side rugby is magnified here, and that's the beauty of this great sport. We understand it so much clearer than potentially the 15s game.
Well, this guy's been good for Tunisia. I really like him. He's abrasive. Kefani, and he's off now, but here goes Australia.
Yeah, on the far side, well, the triple attempt for a try from Tom Cusack. Didn't quite have the pace that time to go round and score his hat-trick try. Well, Bernard Foley tried the reverse pass there. Did you see that little bit of skill? But the referee, Alex Ruiz, was not happy. He was taken from the right place.
Well, I know one bloke who won't be happy, and that'll be the Australian coach, Michael O'Connor. They've been very sloppy the second half.
Michael O'Connor, who is a dual international, 13 tests for the Wallabies, and 17, that's in rugby union, and 17 tests in rugby league. But this is Shannon Walker. Walker, well, he was looking on the inside track, Cameron Clark. Clark then had to go to deck. Stannard digs deep. Wider pass there by Tom Cusack. There's still men over. Little step and go here from Jesse Barahi. The execution letting Australia down once again. one thing that Tunisia have done is they've tried to keep the pace on the ball. And talking of pace, this man certainly has got pace. Jadi Jabri, chased by Shannon Walker. And Jabri goes in for an excellent try, and great reception from the crowd sprinkled around the Rugby Stadium. And suddenly Tunisia have got something for all their efforts.
I was just about to say they really do deserve that. They've tried hard. They've been stuck in their own quarter for the majority of this 14 minutes. But now finally they get it out wide, get some rewards. And Shannon Walker is no slouch. But no way he's going to catch the flying Chad Jabri. Great way to finish there, Tunisia.
Well, some positive to take from a Tunisian perspective. The conversion was good for Tunisia. And quite an outstanding scoreline then. Final score